sudah lama waktu itu ya, documentary was considered very viral, ya, not in the center ya of information and story ya. So it was regarded as cheap prime time show. Jadi documentary was not considered as enjoyable to enjoyable and entertaining ya for many audiences. So it was not regarded as an art at the same time ya. Jadi in the past it's merely informative ya, but not artistic or less artistic ya. That's why documentary in the traditional understanding or traditional connotation is seen as dryness ya. So it is associated or connotated as dryness ya. Jadi kering ya. It's merely informative ya and factual ya, or everydayness. So it is less enjoyable. That's why documentary is only seen as important for a number of people yeah, with special need, yeah, special yeah, need to get more information about something, yeah. So not for entertaining, yeah. But nowadays, yeah, the mixture or the combination, yeah, between art and knowledge and information is getting better. Yeah, it tries to move towards a cinema which can entertain, provoke, persuade, and affect audience emotionally. Nowadays, ya. Jadi sekarang documentary technique and art move towards cinematic, ya. Jadi lebih cinematic, ya. Jadi the element of cinematography, for example, is getting bigger also in even documentary, not only in stories. So you learn about cinematography last time when we talk about story movies, but you see that it also relevant when you talk about documentary now. If you watch the second movie I sent you, I think they also use great lighting, yeah, and also cinematography. So it moves from a dry to a live cinema. Yeah? Jadi in the past it's just merely informative, dry, yeah. But now because of the technology of cinematography, especially in a documentary movie, then it becomes a live cinema. Yeah? Documentary used to be understood as recording raw footage, yeah, of real events as they happen. Ya. Jadi dulu ya seperti itu gitu ya, hanya betul-betul recording of events, but not or less emotional. But now the plot is seen as important, yeah. So they work hard in that story. Like, I'm so sorry. Actually, I want to show you March of the Penguin very much, yeah. But my film was again in a CD form, yeah. So I don't have the full movie. Actually, it's a very great documentary, yeah. So if you could watch and find March of the Penguin, I send you the trailer, but not the full movie. If you could do that, I think it will be great. You will see how, yeah, story is also cultivated. The plot is also cultivated, although it is only documents, yeah, documents of events of life of the penguin at that place, yeah. So that's the background. So the fact is, documentary has to be ordered, reshaped, and placed in sequential form. If it therefore should involve shot selection, point of view, lighting, etc. So if you see the current documentaries, the contemporary documentaries, you will see that they are reshaped, yeah, reordered, and also rearranged. Yeah, therefore, for example, the shot selection and the point of view and the lighting has been seen as crucial to be work hard. Yeah. So Andrew Brighton, pakar ya, pakar dari documentary, say that great documentaries are analytical. Yeah, analytical means that it's not just presenting facts, but also analyze a particular issues. Ya, jadi tidak sekedar presenting documents or record of events, ya, but also at the same time analyze the issue, ya. Jadi isu, for example, isu lingkungan hidup, ya, isu environmental issue or issue of humanity is also sharpened in the documentary movie, ya. Jadi documentary movie juga kadang-kadang merupakan critical thoughts, ya, because it involve analysis, ya, in the throughout the story, ya. Okay. So documentary is not a record of reality. Yeah. The current documentary, I mean, is not anymore just a record of reality, but a representation. Yeah. So because there is soul in it, there is analysis in it. So it's a representation of thought about particular issue. Documentary is therefore rarely innocent. Yeah? Not just presenting. For example, in the last movie that I sent you, I think you could also search other, documentary about the blue planet. Yeah, the blue planet, I think, has many series, yeah, like forest series or ocean series or animal series. So you could watch one of them or some of them, that you see that they also have jiwa, yeah. They are not innocent, yeah. They have criticism in it, yeah. For example, the criticizing how people neglect, animals or treat animal abusively, yeah. So it has not only record of events, yeah. Recently, documentary invents new style and expect a more cinematic approach, yeah. Like what I said before. Now it's not just so-so. Jadi tidak apa adanya gitu ya. Kalau dulu kan apa adanya. Kalau sekarang documentary itu sudah being cultivated in such a way that it also have a cinematic approach. Jadi menggunakan approach yang cinematic juga. Jadi terasa sangat indah, ya, terasa sangat artistik gitu ya. Discovery Channel is an example of successful contemporary documentary with over 100 million audiences and broadcasted via television cable. So I think it's a very successful documentary channel, I think, yeah. So if you have that channel, I think you need to watch more documentary to equip yourself with good understanding about documentary movies, the technology, and the attitude of documentary, as we have talked about just now. Okay. So what is documentary? So it is a non-fiction, of course. Yeah, it's not fantasized. Yeah, it's not fictitious. Ya, jadi tidak rekayasa, tapi actual, ya, actual, ya. So a non-fiction text using actuality footage, ya, which may include the living recording of events, ya, and relevant research material, ya. Sometimes documentary use the technique of interviews, ya, like what you also see in some of the videos that I send you, ya, and also some statistics, some facts, yeah, and also some record of people talk, yeah, and talk of even in Blue Island. I think it's a record of a very unique and interesting events in the world of animals in the ocean. Yeah. It is usually performed by a particular point of view and seek to address a particular social issue which is related to and potentially affects the audiences. I think now audiences live in a world where we understand that the planet is damaged, yeah, and therefore everybody of us should pay attention on how we treat nature, how we treat planet, yeah, the earth, yeah. So that's the attitude of a particular film, documentary film like The Blue Island, ya. Jadi ada sikapnya, sikapnya adalah pembelaan ya terhadap sikap untuk menghargai nature and respect nature and see nature as our partner ya, instead of just a thing to be exploited by human ya. So okay, and filming of actuality does not constitute what might be seen as truth. Of course ya, you might have questioned whether this is really true. Yeah, for example, if you watch later, if you have an opportunity to watch March of the Penguin, I insist that you really watch March of the Penguin. Yeah, so if you could find the movie and share with your friends, I think it will be great idea. Yeah, so that maybe because of the sophistication of the documentary, then they maybe ask question whether there is real, yeah, whether what is presented in the movie is something real or something that is a little bit artificial. Jadi pasti ada bumbu-bumbu kan di dalam documentary ya. Jadi seberapa truth ya documentary itu biasanya dipertanyakan. Tetapi saya kira walaupun ada a little bit manipulation ya, for the sake of art ya, for the sake of cinematic attitude, I think documentary movie crew has calculated that how much ya. Jadi penyimpangannya itu kalau memang harus ada itu tidak akan terlalu banyak, sehingga the truth itu pasti masih dijamin begitu ya. Jadi meskipun dipertanyakan, tetapi every documentary workers pasti try hard ya, that it is close as possible to the facts ya, to the actuality. So actuality footage must be subjected to a creative process to reveal its truth. Jadi seperti itu ya anunya statement. It remains necessary to examine the nature and extent of the intervention and manipulation of filmmaker. Jadi meskipun ada manipulation tadi, tetapi masih harus dijamin ya prosentase kebenarannya begitu. Nah, ini kinds of documentary, ada newsreel ya, jadi seperti berita begitu, tetapi yang lebih mendalam, of course deeper than just news, and then travelogue, and then educational or training film. So some universities educational training films ya, saya kira bisa dilakukan juga supaya students or participants of the course could enjoy the documentary, educational documentary, and then process film ya. Jadi something little bit something involving process ya. Jadi proses apa, misalnya membuat batik ya, saya kira can be formed into or filmed as a documentary movie. Yeah. Key area of documentary: technological factors, sociological dimension, and aesthetic. Jadi ada technological factorsnya, sociological dimension, dan juga aesthetic. Jadi tetap estetiknya itu juga sekarang ya, apalagi the demand is getting bigger and bigger for more enjoyable documentary, therefore artistic or aesthetic area is also part of the concern. Okay. So key aspect of documentary, how does the documentary filmmaker use Mais Ong Sin ya? Jadi Mais Ong Sin juga terlibat di dalam documentary juga. Sound, cinematography, yeah, and then point of view. Okay, so the key aspect of documentary: how does the documentary filmmaker use Mais Ong Sin? So sound, cinematography, and narrative devices to create point of view. So because point of view in every text is very important, including in documentary. Jadi attitude is read by means of point of view kan. Jadi spectacles-nya itu sangat penting gitu ya, sehingga every elements like mice on scene and then sound and cinematography and also music I think itu has to contribute to the point of view ya. Jadi kira-kira point of view-nya itu berpihak pada siapa ya. Ini sangat terlihat misalnya pada dokumen yang pertama, the first documentary is I think the most dangerous way to go to school ya kan. Itu attitude-nya seperti apa? Apakah criticizing. Jadi mereka dokumenter itu punya attitude berpihak pada siapa? Berpihak pada anak-anak ataukah berpihak pada pemerintah atau berpihak pada keadaan seperti itu ya, sehingga itu harus disupport oleh every element ya, including sound, cinematography, and then the narrative devices. The documentary filmmaker in dealing with actuality and real social issues may encounter certain problems in the making. Of course, yeah, I think if you watch March of the Penguin, you will really understand how hard it is, yeah, to create such a great movie. They have to probably camp for not only months, I think, yeah, to be able to have that special and interesting shot, yeah. So they of course they will encounter problems, yeah. So it's very challenging. So please watch March of the Penguin so you will understand. And of course, I think the first movie on the most dangerous way to go to school, I think also the crew might have experienced dangerous situation. Yeah, what might these problems be, and how can the documentary resolve them? Yeah, I think it depends on how much budget, of course, yeah, that they have, and then how much vision ya. Kalau visinya luar biasa ya seperti yang terjadi di March of the Penguin, I think they will encounter those problems ya. I think. So this, I think, all that I could share with you.